here's to 5 more months until the next update, and hopefully by then I'd be finished with Grow, the game I'm working on right now, the one that's the subject of...
Would you listen to that dummy? He had no idea what he was talking about. Look, it hasn't quite been 5 months, but yeah, there's still a hell of a lot to do. I'm just gonna speedrun some of the stuff I did manage to accomplish to get to the more important part of the video. I made a little gameplay video that shows off the gameplay loop. You would have seen it if you followed my Instagram account, bernardus.exe. Link in the description. For the actual game, I made a level manager that'll do all the level management. Planets look like fancy marbles now instead of lame marbles. We now have an XP system that kind of makes you more OP than it should. There's a fake little mothership that floats around and acts as your spawn point. There are GUI prompts now to add some lore and tell you what's up. Aliens will follow you into space if there are enough of them on a planet. And finally, you can blow shit up. And by shit, I mean aliens. So with all of that, I decided that it's time to stop the scope creep and create some tutorial levels. They have to teach the player how to play the game, essentially. Cool stuff. After I finished them, I sent an alpha build off to some friends to test things out. Some really cool feedback came from that, especially this. Now, I don't know if that actually fixes anything, but it looks pretty damn cool, am I right? Along with that feedback was a situation where the player was only holding the self-destruct button. This is kind of a zero-sum game problem. The game could carry on like this forever. The aliens will keep spawning, the player will keep self-destructing and keep gaining lives, and the game won't progress. Now it could mean that the game in its current state is too well balanced, or it just means it's completely broken. It's definitely broken. I don't think scenarios like this should ever happen in Grow, so instead of this, I want the game to progress in one of two ways. The player should die, or the player should win / get a high score / end up at some sort of goal. I do, however, still need to figure that part out. But first, let's fix this problem. So first things first, let's diagnose why this is happening. I haphazardly added explosions thinking, hey, you're spending life, so it's balanced. False. They're pretty OP because if you harvest 10 aliens and blow them up with you, you get a life back pretty much instantly, actually completely instantly. So we gotta change that. One way to do this is to give the bomb a cooldown of sorts. Well, we'll say that the bomb needs a charge for some time or something around that thing. Simple solve. Done. False. While it does sort of solve the problem, I can still do the same thing. If I just run around a little bit, I can harvest as many of them as I need. So we need some other way to fix the opacity of this mechanic. That or I'm removing completely. So we've tried making a cooldown timer and it almost worked. I thought long and hard about how to make it work 100%, and my girlfriend had the great idea to just make it the same as the weapon or ammo pickup. This way the player randomly has a chance to get it as an ability instead of it being a de facto feature. So I recorded a 24-minute video of me actually implementing this thing, but completely messed it up with the in-game audio, so you can't actually hear anything. So here it is condensed with no audio. So basically it's exactly the same as the other pickups, except when you pick it up, it activates the cooldown timer and you can use the self-destruct feature in the same way as before. I played this level for about 15 minutes and it didn't feel too easy. I also didn't get stuck in an explosion loop. I'll let my playtesters see if that's true or not. And if you would like to see an unscripted, unedited video of me coding this, have a look at the description below. It's there and it's super loud. Link in the description. The cool thing about doing this for 8 months now is that I'm finally getting the hang of the coding side of Godot and just how exactly to do the things I wanted to do in the start. There's quite a large portion of this last stuff that I just wrote and it just kind of worked. The fact that I was able to implement what you just saw in 24 minutes actually blows my mind, because in the beginning that was not the experience that I was having. So for those of you also learning something challenging, I hope you can also work through the frustration of being a noob. I know that 8 months does sound like a lot, but honestly, if you enjoy it, it's totally worth it. Thanks for watching.